I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is March 24th, Monday 2025. Hope you had a good day, good weekend here. So we discussed about coming right to the gap that we had here from 2 weeks ago. First mentioned it on the 10th of March right here. And then we had ideas of it being a bottom of a range. In this case, this is videos on the 11th that's made. Are we going to sweep below the liquidity and take out that low or not? And we did not, or we're going to buy from above it. So we did come up here, and then we did come down here and we stopped. Then we came back up. So all this, ugly price action here on the reverse side, till the momentum to get up here just stopped here, right? So it's just the logic, it's just an understanding. And why do we say that? It's because obviously we have a push down and a lot of liquidity taken, and and if we go back to this understanding here, we're looking for a retracement back, right? If this is bullish or bearish economy, and this is still in the play, so you can see it here. It's kind of like we had the drop and then we retrace back. So you see that? I've been talking about this in the video. So now we're like here, up here. So we dropped, we up, coming up, and now we have 3 days bullish. Well, second day bullish, I should say. And then maybe another third one. I said this week that we would come up and then try to get into the bearish weekly imbalance, which is there. And I only have 3 levels here. So I have the gap. So don't get confused here when I do the video. It's in gray. See that previous week, the 2 weeks ago gap with no price action in it, completely voided of price action, is the gray. The purple, what I have here, is what's left of what's not filled. So I have this drawn out today for what's not filled yet. All right, but this is you can see I got quadded the actual gap, right? So the beautiful thing is that we came right to it, like to the tick. And but the thing is the way they did it, as you see, we gapped up today. So on Sunday night, obviously, right? And they gapped up, right? So very shady, very scammy. I mean, for you to not be able to get in here, this is a perfect way to do it. And then what they do psychologically is they keep it like a birdie, I call it. So it's like it's literally small ranges of higher highs and higher lows by program, real thin, just pushing up, just like this right here, right? Pushing up, but no big retracements or anything, just pushing right to it. Because now they're kind of in a rush, and what better way to do it than when no one's expecting it, right? But we've been saying it even down here, right? So watch Friday's video. Obviously, I've even told you that we were coming up here. This is how they did it. So with that understanding, the problem with this situation is that when they have it like a birdie flowing up like that, you just gotta, it's a pump, it's a buy, sell, buy, right? So pump up 1, retrace back 2 to sell, and then push up for the last number 3 in general. So how did they do that? Well, the problem with this is where I'm trying to say is you got the big opening range gap, right? And you know that there is a big stupid gap there. So they dangle that carrot. So the setup, generally speaking, in a nice world, we would like to just sell right into it, right, and take care of it. Or we would have been nice to have seen them do that already. If you watched Friday's video live, it bounced on that bearish daily imbalance in the pink, like literally bounced. I even said it when it bounced, right? And then they closed it here, then they gapped up. So it's like it's controlling price. They're not letting you in. So what are your only thought processes is, well, you know that in a perfect world, you would like for it to just sell all the way fucking down here, right? But you got to remember that this is also an expansion, could be a displacement, bottom of a range. We are gunning for that weekly level. So since we're already up here, it's already suspect, and by doing it this way, that your odds of it just structuring higher high, higher low tight all the way up here is logical. Also, you gotta keep that in mind as an option. Again, we would love for it to come down and come back up, but the thing is their locking price with the structure, and then you can see. I don't want to be all over the place. There's so much to tell you, but if we keep it simple, it was simple. Like for example, like the pre 930 right here, we came back and we took out these guys, this liquidity here. But see how they didn't take out that guy right there. So that was bogus. And the thing is that I'm going to squinch it on purpose. So just hold on. I got a green level here. Why? Because of the fact that, see that high right there? So that's a high and that retrace higher low. See how we made this high right here, right above that, but we immediately come back in and then we push up one more time. So when we had a breakout level, the breakout level is right there, okay? But because they did this, that becomes the breakout level. So we push through and we come back. Look at this low. See this low? Look where it touches. It does touch this, but look what does it really touch? See this low? It touches that high. So it already tested it right there to make sure they got the breakout, people. See that? See this high here? And that's why coming back in this area is the retracement, is the miniature dump to then pump to start the sequence is what we're looking for. Not really what it's looking for. I would love for it to come back down here and sell completely. But at minimum, and when I say they keep the ranges tight, they bounce off these previous highs. So that they did that, and then when they dropped 930, let me zoom in more now. So when they did 930, they did not take out that low. It's right above it. Now it's an equal low, and again, when they make equal highs and equal lows, like just like when we discussed on the 4 hour with this divergence, we said that last week Nas had a divergence here. Okay, but I said it was probably also just late to the party to come and take it, right? So I wasn't looking at this more of so it was a divergence to sell down, and it did take out that low. Sure, yes, fine. But in the higher time frame order flow, this is going to be used as liquidity. But you see, I'm giving this example because they squeezed so tight and they still sold off hard. In the case here, this is the same logic of this little price action. See, they squeezed it out, but they had no intention of going underneath. And then this is a very good buy. So if you do the projection from there to there, we broke through it. We were using those candles as resistance. Also, this is a nice inversion here, just 902. But the price pushes down and it does reach the 2. See that? So it reaches the 2, -2 right there. And then they start doing this funky shit with a speaker. So it's a low, then it's a high, then it's a low, then it's a high. There's the order flow. Then you got your final flow. With this rejection here and inside no bodies, they were trying to signify being bearish. They were trying to get everybody to be bearish, and it's a very smart idea because it worked. But you get the first imbalance here. We push. You want to know when I knew it was over with and it was really going to be pushing up? Is when this first imbalance here, we came underneath it, and then at 936 we were in it. We closed on top of it. But look at 937. 937 literally gapped up, and if you watch that, that's right, and it's literally gapped up to the top of it, and boom, start pushing up. There's your order flow right there. You already knew what time it was right there. If you didn't know that, that's a high. All right, so this is a high here, and then we retrace for a retracement. So it's just a retracement. Again, we would need to see order flow for breaking down, and they sold that idea, but then if you're wrong here and we switch, that's a higher high than here. And what do you have here? Fucking breakout traders and momentum comes back to seal it. Look where it came to. It literally tapped right there on the bottom. It sealed, and there's a gap inside that little gap, right? So boom, I mean perfectly, and then it's really ready to push up. The sequence is starting, and in the sequences generally push one first. And in that push one in this leg from here, you had 2 swings. You had one here, well, not 2, you have more, but you had this swing high and then a higher low, and then swing high and then swing higher low, right? So those on a fib, right? Just basic price action coming right back here when it made the second drive up. You can see the 938 bullish imbalance getting reclaimed and being used again, tapped right there. Also a little gap in there. Also just a break through that last down candle. So it's tapping the top of that like to the tick. So it's just a logic here. And then try to make this quick. So then I got this projected here, the candle, and then I have 2 to 2.5 here, and I have 3.5 to 4. Oh, what does it match? Oh, that's the bottom of the remaining amount of void of gap to be filled. Remember, the gray is the actual gap, but we have not filled from the level I have from here to here yet. We haven't finished that yet. So keep in mind when I tell you that. So that projection 2 to 2.5, we come right close to, if obviously the bearish weekly imbalance is the same level. The bottom is because we're including the gap. Obviously, if that's the gap and we have an actual gap, that means that the bottom level of the gap is the same level of the bottom of the bearish imbalance. You can see how we come real close to tagging it, but they try to be incognito with it. And we're sealing it now, actually. So look at this. I mean, I was just going to say that to make it simple. We're still sealing it. So that's why the buy, sell, buy, even when you bought here, and look how it comes to, it comes to right there. It comes to the bottom of what hasn't been filled yet, which is a level all in itself. So it taps it, comes back, doesn't break that low, makes the final push here for this move one, which is buy. Then you also have a 3.5 to 4 here from this bottom projection here, and then you have right here the last down candle, the 3.5 to 4 is there. I just left it at that, and then as you see, we mosey up right to it. Boom, right there. It does hit the 3.5 to 4 for right here. So this matches here plus I mean, again, the whole goal is to actually come up here. So today should have been approached with either not trading at all because you don't want to buy in such a high premium, or if you understood, you'll remember this day one day. I mean, but this is just very logical. But holding these higher lows and taking whatever fits your needs or what you see. But the general gist is okay. So then we come up right to the 50% tag. I actually get this trade here, which was beautiful. I had a limit order right here, a tick below the 50% of the gap, which is in the gray. So this is 380 and a half. I put it at 380 and a quarter, and I got filled. And my goal for this sell was obviously to come down into the 101.5. So because of the fact that I understand that I'm trying to fit all this in the screen. We already have this as move one, right? And then I'm looking for a retrace. Why retrace? Because also we have London close and lunchtime, and then it's literally right on the reversal of lunch. Time is still in that window of the macro of 11:50 to 12:10, and then they start pushing it down. But the ranges are too tight, and they're coming right back in once they take. So it's high resistance, and you also know that it's short ranges. But it does reach down here to the 101.5. What was their goal here was to wipe out these last higher lows. See this leg from here to here had one higher low, two higher lows, three higher lows, four higher lows. We'll put them equal 4, 5, right? Finale. So they came for the 1, 2, and 3, and then and look how conveniently they come right into that last guy right there. See that guy right there? So they tagged that guy, and then it's this candle is a breakout level. So you got someone pushing buy right here. Surprised they didn't dip a little bit lower here, but again, they're dirty, and that's what was the logic. Anyways, so what did we do from now on? I wasn't by the screen anymore, and we made our number 3. So buy, sell, buy, right? That's how it ended up playing out. And again, in those legs, you have a buy, 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 and then you have a sell, 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 and then look at this funky shit. This is your little shift of structure here. They did it all bogus, and the way they delivered price, and that's why it's been difficult lately because of the little shit that they do here with these wicks. This was the buy here after sweeping that liquidity, and then you're in the time frame of the 150 to 210 macro, and then Power hour just slowly pushing up and killing the price here, especially at the end of the day here. You can see what they did here. So what have we done? All that has made sense, I'm sure, right? So now I'm going to fix this. I'm going to do up to here because that's not what's sealed yet. That's not finished, right? Let me just move that out. And what do we got here also? So a lot of confluence, obviously, with the, well, I could go to a higher time frame, as with the weekly bearish here, the bearish imbalance. On the weekly, you got the first 25%, you got the 50%. Ooh, 50% is right above that high right there of liquidity. But also, if you look at the projections here from here to here, I'm just measuring the last down candles. 2 to 2.5, we're literally sitting in it now. And then also from this projection here on Friday, you can see that's why the buy to hold on Friday was nice to come up here and to the 2 to 2.5. See that? So even if you look at this measurement here, you can see that the 1 and 1.5 is right here, and you can see how we came up to it, rejected. Well, we came up to it first here, and then we rejected. We came up here, rejected. Came here again, rejected. And then now we're finally going up there, and here we went straight to it, straight shot. So now, what else can I say here? I mean, very clear of everything that was mentioned so far. And what was I gonna say? As far as the divergence work goes, we were here at before 9:30. We all left those lows alone. We never took them out, so they were in harmony for higher lows. So that's also a signal for us being a birdie and just coming right back into the tight range and as a support resistance fake scenario where it's just, very small ranges, right? We're not moving down and moving up. It's not like that. And these bitches did this shit at the end of the day. So what's sad about that is that now we can't even get into the sell right now. If you probably did, if you're, I don't know. So this is a very high chance for it being. I mean, I think they should come up more. So I'll get into that projection for a second. But look at they hit the top 25% of the gap there. And then this would be if they were to sink now, because I was looking. If you're looking for the sell to what to then retrace back into this gap now, because now we have this gap, and that makes things a little bit more complicating. Of course, they're doing that shit on purpose. But our goal was to retrace back up to get into here and to then, if we're bearish again, if we're in that bearish economy, then we want to come up like we did here with this breakout level and then come down, right? Doesn't need to be carbon copy like 2022, but this is I did this just to make this simple for conversation, and analyzing to tell you. But so now we're getting it up, and then if you see it's like 3 day little consolidation of days here, 1, 2, 3 push up, and then maybe reverses there. So since we're in the week of a bullish candle right now, it still can turn bearish, but it would have to do it quick. So I would assume that the first or the Monday or Tuesday, which would be the high of, if it turns into a bearish week and rolls over, right? Then the possibilities are that Monday's the high right now, which I don't think it is. And then Tuesday comes up, becomes the high, and then spends its time like this. And then now, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is maybe here. It closes the way it does. And then we continue lower, or we just, this is the, they hold this. Well, that would suck if they hold this for a week like they did here. And then, we, in a perfect world, I'd like to see this happen. I can't make this any more fucking shorter. I mean, in a perfect world, perfect world, I'd like to see this. That's what I'd like to see, right? I mean, fucking. So like, there's a difference between what I want and what the algo is gonna do. In this case, like when it's up here, would I have loved for it to have sold first, then buy back up to get to here? Yes, that's what I wanted. What did the algo want? Tight ranges and go straight to it. I remember originally it was here, right? So now we have that left. But and anyone trying to sell from the PM session, that's just over with. And then you have, unless you were in the market and you push sell at 355, you know, and if I was them, I would do it because that would be hard to catch. And then number two, just start rolling down for Asia, London, and then we come back into, you know, do we get this week or not? I don't know. It's going to be very tricky. But in the 5-year historical data, I would like to see this now. I would like to, so I'd like to, this is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see something like this. And then we continue it. And then let's just say, you know, like that. So it kind of wedges a little bit and it's still higher lows. And then we end up here. And then, I mean, and then to just be bullish okay, I'm going to say it this way. In a bullish world, I'd like to see this. And then fucking be up here. Okay? Okay. If it's not a bullish world, then I'd like to then see this. Okay? What's today? 24th? London known. Again, I don't, you know, this gap here, this gap here is gonna be, oh shit. How did I do that? This gap's gonna be tricky right here. So it's gonna be tricky. But you know, general speaking, goal is to fill price. You want to see bodies up here. I think a third day would be. I think a third bullish day would make sense. That would kind of get up there quick. You know what I'm saying, and get some of this liquidity. But and then balancing that weekly, and you know. So and also in a perfect world, instead of instead of us coming down to here, just bust another day for a third high, third candle, a third daily candle, bullish candle, and then just fucking roll over if we're bearish, right? All right, I know I've said enough here. Nice little divergence right there on the highs here on this 1205 and 1210 candles. Dow made a higher high candle. So the buy. So we had in the buy we had higher lows here. I was saying that, and then we pushed up. And once we pushed up, that was leg one. Retracement was number two. It started with that bearish and it sold. Then when Dow was making three lows here, especially with these lows here, Nas made a higher low, and S&P and Nas did not take out that low. See that? See that low right there? See how they didn't take that out, and Nas didn't take that out, but Dow took that out. See that low right there? See how we came underneath it? That's also a divergence. Also letting you know that we're also bullish. This is more of the confirmation, and then move 3 kicks in, and you want to get in on macro time, which was obviously right here between the 150 and 210, like I mentioned. So what's it called? And that's why this was a great buy as well, right here, because it's in the time window. If you have the narrative of being a higher low and they're coming up, right? Look, I mean, dude, it doesn't get any more fucking perfect than that, dude. I mean, I don't know what to say else. Real quick here, how long is this shit? 24 minutes. Okay, that's sort of decent compared to 40-minute videos. All right, so Dow went to also gapped up, obviously, same story, and they're going to. Why am I on this one? Where is the? Oh, it's backwards. Again, coming out through breakout levels, all these up candles as resistance, and getting to an overbought here. Daily has some room though, so are we gonna fucking, you know, higher highs and higher lows type of thing to squeeze up to make the leg for the lower high, get a break, a displacement, come back our way down. That's kind of the flow. I mean, this is pretty clean, man, with this RSI. Look at this shit, bro. I mean, you can't make this up. Look at that. That's for Dow. I'll be honest with you, that's pretty sick. That's actually, I ain't gonna get into that, but look at that clear breakthrough level. I mean, but they could dangle that and just mosey up first more and then roll over. You understand? All right, S&P. Not sure why all this is. Where's S&P at? Oh my. Yeah, I've been having issues, man. Hold on. No. All right. Sometimes my computer likes to hide my screens. It's crazy. Anyways, so same logic. They came right to the previous second week. 2 weeks ago, a gap as well, and they had gaps in there too. I didn't fill them in or anything. So it's the same story for them. That's why I was saying, we want to see that happen next. Yeah, last week I said I want to see that happen this week, which is now. So we're doing that. Yeah, man. Pretty beautiful there. Pretty obvious on the daily. Look at what the balance. The weekly ain't make it. So this is kind of showing me a little more strength than it could be. Could be worse unless we're gonna roll over real quick and then pop back up for a speaker. So we get to where we're getting here. As we get where we're getting here, and then I got it here. We come back down, sweep that, and then we pop up for the leg. I don't think that's really the case, but I don't feel that as to be the case. But I think what was I gonna say? Obviously here was a minimum, so and you got breakout levels from there. Look at the lows. Look at that shit popping up. So not that exciting. Just again more room on the top side here. So everything else is they were pretty scammy for that, bro. I mean, it doesn't get any more scammy than that. I don't know how anyone can not see that or notice that. Like that's not it's fucking so obvious, bro. What was I gonna say something I forgot. So here, getting tight, gaps. I mean, listen, we don't know where Sunday's gonna open, and this is very clear that they're gonna just push it up. Now, do we break here? Or is this like the top and we're slowly all reaching the top a little bit before we roll over again? It's gonna be very interesting here. Again, historical data on the 5 years shows that first example I gave you where we kind of higher, high, higher, low, get a little tight, and then pop up. This is kind of doing it here. This is just NVIDIA, but I'm just talking examples so we can then get higher because maybe they want to squeeze more people from the sellers. But in a normal society, a normal economy, we would be looking for new highs. This retracement's a great retracement. We would be looking to make new all-time highs. So, and that's from now till the middle of April, push up, and then you get a retracement there, and then you make another high, right? So, that's the normal perfect world. But if we want to talk about bearish, then we want to see it roll over here, right? So there's nothing else I could say. I definitely beat a dead horse here, and just gorgeous here, and that's how I make fucking long videos. So I say that all the time, don't I? Let me see what it looks like here. Falling short of the 2 there. If I did the bodies, that would be. If I just did the candles, tags the 2 right there. Look at that. So yeah. Again, this is the other thing when I'm talking about pushing up here. What do we have up here? We have the 3.5 to 4 from this measurement. I have the 3.5 to 4 from this measurement that would end up sealing the, and then kind of roll over, right? And that's in a perfect world. So hey, just fucking keep going, right? And get it over with. It'll get a little tricky if they want to retrace back here, dangle this, not hit it, then come up. You follow me? So it's like I gotta play it very. I'm not swinging in it, and I should have, and I understood that this could be the lows here, but I'm really just taking, my good 2 trades and fucking trying to call it a day. But yeah, man. So I've said everything else. There's nothing I'm missing here, right? Did I mention dollar? I mean, dollar really isn't helpful at all. They're in a very similar boat, so we're moving in tandem with them when we should be moving in opposites. I mean, dollar should technically be already moving down more, if, in my opinion, if we were pushing up. So if dollar decides to push up here, maybe we'll stop rolling up, and then maybe they have a lot of room to go. I mean, but we both have a lot of room to go, so not really helpful. To be honest, I'm really tired and I have a headache and tired of thinking, and I think I'm gonna call it here. Is there anything else I'm like not missing? Yeah, it's pretty clear with the gap. I mean, what's the high of yesterday's candle right there, which is obviously right there. So I mean, I would like to just come retrace back down for breakout levels, and then pop back up to seal this, and then flow down. So I'll even put this in the option. I know this sounds silly, but I think I already did it, didn't I? Something like that. In a bearish world. In a bullish world, I'd like to just keep going up. Right? So, am I missing something here? It's pretty much nothing else I can fucking say, dude. Shit. I'd like to see it and just roll up a little bit more and then fucking sell off. You guys take care. God bless.